campaign, Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Chair. I've just got one question, really. It's made up of components. Could I table this document? It's a letter from a constituent.
You can circulate it. The committee will have to consider it before it's tabled.
Thank you.
You can circulate.
I want to ask about a particular deed of settlement that you have offered, vaccine claims rather, offered under the COVID-19 vaccine claim scheme. A woman has been in contact with my office and she's given me permission to talk about her case. She's written a letter, she's summarised what's going on. It's redacted to remove personal identification. I want to be able to table a summary she's made of the impact the injury has had in her life. All of the identifying details have been redacted, so I'll table the summary. I'll also provide your internal reference number, that's capital ARN 6176-1Z-CV. To summarise, she was diagnosed with myocarditis and chronic fatigue after getting the injection. It has completely changed her life. It has completely ruined her ability to work as a lawyer with very high earning potential. It's practically made her bedridden for 17 months. And all you've offered her is $4,000. She's paid far more than that in medical bills and lost potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in potential earnings. Yet in your assessment, you've provided $0 for lost income in the past and $0 for lost income in the future. Zero. This is an open and shut case of injuries flowing from the COVID-19 injections. A well-credentialed person with high earning potential, and all you have offered her is crumbs when she can show she has lost nearly $400,000. How can you be so heartless, and how can you make an assessment of zero lost income, past or future, when she has lost hundreds of thousands of dollars? And she's quoting cardiologist, and it's all been proven to be due to the COVID injections.
Sorry, Senator Roberts. The question you're posing, I just didn't catch, and to whom?
How can you be so heartless, and how can you make an assessment of zero lost income, past or future, when she has lost hundreds of thousands of dollars?
The question is regarding the assessment.
Yes.
So the question is regarding the amount that's been provided?
Yes, it is. And how did you come at that amount?
How that amount was determined, I believe.
Thank you, Kirsty.
And is it structural and embedded in the COVID claim scheme?
Kirsty Foshney, Deputy CEO of Program Design. So the agency administers the vaccine claim scheme, as you know, on behalf of the Department of Health and Aged Care, who sets the policy, including the parameters around which the payment is calculated based on a range of factors, including the impact on the individual and what they can demonstrate. The figure itself will be a result of those calculations. It doesn't necessarily go to a person's lost income, is my understanding.
So what does it cover?
Senator Brendan Moon, General Manager, Health Delivery Transformation. Principally, Senator, the scheme covers out-of-pocket expenses.
Those haven't even been met.
I couldn't talk about individual cases, Senator. What I can say is that there are a few different parts to the process. The first part of the process is a prima facie assessment of eligibility to the scheme. So these are things where Services Australia staff would assess things such as confirming that the person has received a vaccine and confirming that there's some manner of out-of-pocket expense. There is a secondary process with our Tier 2 and 3 claims and optional with our Tier 1 claims where a medical expert may be referred to have a look at that claim, to have a look at other factors relating that our staff don't have the specialist expertise to deal with, or it's not our role to. And there's a third process, part of the process for our Tier 2 and 3 claims where there's loss over $20,000 or someone has passed away, where it goes for legal counsel advice as well. I can talk a little bit more if it's helpful.
Well, what I'd like to know is why she isn't being compensated. It's a vaccine injury compensation scheme. It's not compensating her for her lost income, her future lost income, even her medical expenses to date. What is it covering for this woman? She's lost her livelihood.
All we can say is exactly what we've already iterated, which is the policy itself is set by the Department of Health and Aged Care, and our officers will apply that policy. If the individual is concerned with the result of their claim, they are able to request a review of the decision, and if there is additional information that possibly hasn't been taken into account, they can certainly look to provide that.
So if we take this woman's story, it looks like what you're doing is running a cover-up scheme that has no interest in compensating people for what they actually have lost after a COVID injection. That's being blunt, and I can't come to any other conclusion.
Senator Roberts, this is a process of questions and answers, so if you are seeking to put a question to the officials, allow you to do that, but...
Where do I go next? Where does this woman go next?
I think in the Department of Health is up in the next couple of days. You could raise commentary there. You've given us a claim, we can certainly have a look, but I would suggest the individual would need to advise the agency if they would like to have a review decision.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.